Welcome back to This Week in Career Tech. I'm David Young. This week we're talking about a major federal policy shift that is moving through a House committee, a new state budget with a big bump for career tech, 2 open grant opportunities with deadlines approaching quickly, and a few incredible examples of schools opening new career pathways, including a massive new facility in Texas and some really smart ways to get students flying drones. Let's get started. Our lead story is happening in Washington. If you manage federal funding, you know that the Perkins money is managed right now by the Department of Education, but a bill moving through the House could change that. On July 15th, the House Education and Workforce Committee advanced a bill called the Less Bureaucracy, Better Workforce Development Act, also known as H.R. 9607. This legislation would officially transfer authority over the Perkins Act and adult education from the Department of Education to the Department of Labor. Now, the committee's Republican majority argues that this move would better align CTE with actual labor market needs and workforce training. The Democratic members opposed the bill, pointing out that state CTE offices are already experiencing funding delays when administration was temporarily shifted last year. They also argue that the Labor Department is not equipped to manage education programs. Now, this is not law yet. It passed the committee, but it has not yet passed the full House, and it faces a pretty tough road in the Senate. Still, it's a major signal about where workforce policy might be heading, so keep an eye out on this one because it could fundamentally change how your state receives and oversees federal CTE dollars. Speaking of state funding, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro just signed the state's 2026-27 budget, and it includes a solid win for career tech. The new budget provides a $10 million increase specifically for career tech programs. That brings the state's total annual workforce development funding to $193 million. That is a 60% jump since the start of this administration. So if you're a CTE leader in Pennsylvania, watch out for some guidance from the State Department of Education on how those new funds will be allocated to local programs. Now, if you need funding right now, we have 2 grants to look out for. The first is still in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, so PennDOT, they have opened applications for a $12 million career and technical education grant program. If your school or institution wants to develop or expand technical training for the heavy highway industry, you can apply for up to $500,000, $500,000. There's also an extra $3 million available for supportive services, which is capped at $10,000 per student. Applications are open right now on the Pennsylvania DOT e-grant system, and they close September 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you don't miss that deadline. Now, if you aren't in Pennsylvania, which is probably most of you, there is another opportunity, a national one. It is the Jimmy Johnson Foundation and Carvana. They have teamed up for the Driving Brighter Futures grant. This is specifically for existing certified automotive or engineering CTE programs in public K-12 schools across the contiguous U.S. The winning school gets to choose either a $45,000 cash grant or $35,000 in cash plus a shop car valued at $10,000. Now, right now, the process is pretty simple. You just need to have an adult that nominates your school by August 28th. After that, 20 semifinalists will be asked to submit a video and a written application. Now, the money has to be used to improve an existing program, not to pay salaries or start a new one. All right, now let's talk about what schools are actually building with the funding that they're getting. We always keep an eye out for districts that are incorporating drone technology, and we found a great model in New York. The Brentwood Union Free School District is running a summer enrichment program where high school students work towards getting their FAA Part 107 license, which is your commercial drone license. But these students aren't just prepping for the test, they're earning college credit through a partnership with Vaughn College, and they're getting some hands-on experience with flight simulation, drone operations, and aviation safety. This is a great model that we love to see where you're combining a industry-based credential, a workforce credential like the FAA Part 107 with some dual college credit, learning some practical skills like drone operations. And if you want to reach students even earlier, you can look at the Newport News Police Department, what they did in Virginia. They just wrapped up a 3-day drone response unit youth summer camp for 26 middle schoolers. The kids learned about basic flight operations, they flew through some skill challenges, and they went home with their very own recreational drone and a recreational drone safety credential provided by the local police foundation. It's a great example of how you can partner with some local agencies or organizations to get middle schoolers really excited about the technology careers that are out there. All right, our last story brings us to Texas. All right, if you want to be inspired by scale, let's look at Rosenberg, Texas. On August 11th, Lamar Consolidated ISD is opening its brand new Career Tech Center. The facility is built to serve about 1,800 juniors and seniors every year. It's a smart model that many people do over the US. Students take their beginner classes at their home high school and then travel to the CTE Center for advanced or more hands-on training. The center looks like a real workplace. It offers pathways in culinary arts, plumbing, automotive, technology, robotics, and yes, you guessed it, drones. Students will leave here with industry certifications, college credits, and work-based learning opportunities through local industry partnerships. It's a massive investment, but it's making sure that students are ready for the actual jobs that are in their community. All right, so that's it for this week. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you found it helpful, there should be a link somewhere below to subscribe to these updates so that you never miss any news on CTE funding, policy, or what's going on with programs around the country. And if you're looking to start or expand a drone program like the ones we talked about today, head on over to Drone Launch Learning, check us out. We provide curriculum and support that you need to get your students certified and flying. All right, keep pushing career tech forward. I'll see you next week.